Welcome to the show where we will try to understand, discuss, and in general talk about the editorials, mainly the editorials, and sometimes the opinion section of the newspaper, the Daily Star. Today we will talk about the article named "Will the Government Touch the Untouchables?" Now, when I read the title for the first time, the word untouchable reminded me of the Hindu caste system. And in the Hindu caste system, we see that the untouchables are the lower class people of the society. They do the odd jobs. They are not in the position of performing any intellectual tasks of the society. But here the author mentions the untouchables, and he means that these untouchables people are not the lower class, but these people are the higher class, the upper class, privileged society. Not just the privileged society, uh, they they are wealthy and they have political influence. They have connections with people of a higher power, and most of the times they abuse their power. Now, this video is not about any political discussion. It is just a discussion for educational purpose, and I am not going to make any political comments or any this isn't going to be a political discussion. This is just for the purpose of pure educational learning. Now, the article begins, the author says that there are three types of criminals, and in these three types, the first type of criminals, they simply break the law. They don't have any power over the law, or they're just normal citizens. They break the law. The second type of people, they try to find loopholes in the system, and they bend the law or try to find where the laws lack and use it for their benefit. And the third kind of criminals are the type of people, the untouchables. They somehow persuade the lawmakers of the country, and they use the laws, or they try to legislate laws for their own benefit. And this type of people, they commit crimes, they enjoy unfair advantages, and still they are not punished, and they stay far from any kind of legal punishments. So these people, they take a high amount of loans from banks, and they don't repay the loans back. Normally what happens is that when a normal law abiding citizen takes loan, that person repays the loan and at least tries to repay the loan. But these higher class people, they take loans and intentionally they do not repay the loans. They damage the economy in such a way that affects everyone living in the country. Now, the author says that it has been observed over the years that our central bank and the banks that we have in the country are sometimes helpless in front of these massive powerful peoples. they are the big fish in the pond. And whatever progress we have been able to achieve, these problems overshadow sometimes those progress. The author complains that uh, the current government and the current prime minister have a go-getter mindset, and they try to eliminate all the corruptions and all the mismanagements that exist in the system. But the author says that this is a big problem, and this problem the government has not been able to solve for a long time. The author shows some numbers, statistical numbers. He says that in 1990 the total amount of loans, the defaulter loans, was around 6,336 something crore, and currently it has went up to 1 crore 34 lakh 396 crore. He says that it increased 29 times, and the loans the people take, only the loans the people take, almost 10% of the loans have not been repaid, and the banks also have provisions that they have to reserve in some cases 20 to 70% of their loan giving capacity, and reserving that they have to give loans. So the banks are very much restricted, and they are going through a very rough time. The author mentions that there are also other sectors where our money is being misused, and he mentions that the government or the companies, they import and export certain things, different things, and some of these untouchable peoples, they increase the prices in the invoice while importing, and they take the money in their own pocket. The author mentions that a Washington-based report stated that every year from 2009 to 2018, every year $8.27 billion were taken from the government like this, and in total it accounts to around 74 billion. This is a huge amount of money, and this money if it was not corrupted, if the government was able to tackle the corruption, this money would have helped our economy. He also said that, the author also said that there are other sectors also that help they increase the total laundered money, the total amount of money that is missing from the system. The money laundered in different cases, he says that if those monies were added to the total, it would have been a a huge number. And he says that the authority is not looking where they are supposed to be looking. Regarding the import and export issue, the author says that if the international prices were mentioned, and if it was clear that the international price, then it would be very difficult for people to increase the product price in the invoice. But the government says that in order to establish such a system, they need to buy a very expensive software program, and they are not buying the program, but these 8.27 billion worth dollars worth of money is being being corrupted every year. Towards the end of the article, the author says that the ability of an economy should not be measured when the country is sailing smoothly. A country's economy should be measured by the ability of that country to that what ability that the country has to deal with different storms, different problems. If the country cannot deal with certain difficult situations, then it cannot be said that the country has a very strong economy. And only when a country can provide its citizens economic security, that's when a country becomes powerful economically. Thank you for watching the video. Bye.